When you purchase your car, do you know if you got the best payment possible? The answer is probably no. Oftentimes, your loan is packed with additional charges that can drive your monthly payment higher than it should be, costing you thousands of dollars more for your car. Hi, this is Patty, and here is your second chance to get the payment you deserve. Visit Atlantic City Federal Credit Union today for a courtesy loan review. We've helped our members save money by refinancing their vehicle with us. Now it's your turn. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
Hello, I'm Janice K. Bradley, and I'm here to tell you the miracle that Fremont Therapy did in making it possible for my left hand to ever work again. I went to the orthopedic surgeon with this broken hand, and that's when he told me that it would not bend again. So I was really discouraged. Mitch is the hand specialist, and so he's the one that worked and got me where I could bend my hand. The atmosphere is so friendly and professional, which is a combination you don't always get.
For more information, visit FremontTherapyGroup.com.
Welcome everyone inside the Ford Wyoming Center. This is Travis Gupton, Sports Director at WyoToday Media, and it is win or go home for the Riverton Wolverines and the Rock Springs Tigers. Both teams coming off of losses last night. Riverton came off of a loss to Sheridan in what Coach Bosheet said was one of their flatter performances, and they look to rebound this afternoon to keep their season alive, to go on to meet the Star Valley Braves tomorrow at 1:30 or noon, I'm not sure off the top of my head, in the Consolation Championship bracket. And so that will be what they look forward to. But the first thing that has to happen is the scoring has to change from what it did last night for Riverton. Too slow of a start, according to Coach Bosheets. And Coach Sheets said that that is just not something that can happen. They have to be able to get off to a quicker start. And against a team in Rock Springs who we have met before in the season, we have defeated them on both occasions, both in January and in February, both by a margin of about 7 to 10 points. And so we look to get back into the winning column and keep this season going. Again, it's win or go home. Winner will face Star Valley tomorrow here at the Ford Wyoming Center. Lose, and it is over for the season. So we will take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk starting lineups, and we will get this ready. We are on KTAK. We will be right back.
Hi, this is Tyler Watson, your local State Farm agent. I'm a proud sponsor of Wolverine Athletics and all of our student athletes here in Fremont County. Youth sports are a great way to build future skills that help our kids succeed in life. Teamwork, leadership, time management, and how to perform under pressure can all be learned on the field and in the gym. Good luck to each and every one of the student athletes. Go Big Red!
Tyler Watson State Farm, 618 East Washington Avenue in Riverton. Call 856-4118 or visit insuringriverton.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Welcome back inside the Ford Wyoming Center. Travis Gupton with you for this second round consolation bracket between Rock Springs and Riverton. And we are going to look quickly at the starting lineups. First off, for the Riverton Wolverines, it'll be Jason Vincent, Parker Paxton, Derek Lang, Tanner Johnson, and Lucas Engel. No changes there from last night, and really no changes for them the rest of the season. For the Tigers of Rock Springs, they bring in Brock Bider. Then number 12, Javion Newman. Number 13, Ethan Wiley. Number 23, Trenton Butcher. And number 32, Isaac Schoenfeld. And Schoenfeld, the last time we played Rock Springs, gave the Wolverines all they could handle. And so we will look to see what can come of this season. Do we hopefully we will be able to get a win here and move on to play Natrona, or to play Star Valley, tomorrow. But it is win or go home, and so the stakes are high. We are going to take a commercial break. When we come back, it'll be tip-off. This is KTAK's coverage of the Riverton Wolverines in the 4A State Championship Tournament. We'll be right back.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help in Lander and Riverton.
Is your resolution this year to be healthier? You may have made a commitment to improve your physical health, but don't forget about your financial health. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union is listed as one of the healthiest credit unions in the U.S., and we are the healthiest credit union in Wyoming, according to depositaccounts.com. Don't risk having your accounts anywhere else. Become a member today and accomplish your first resolution by becoming healthier. Financially speaking, that is. Federally insured by NCUA. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wider range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
We are back inside the Ford Wyoming Center. The starting lineups are being introduced for both teams. Again, for Riverton, it's going to be Vincent, Paxton, Lang, Johnson, and Engel. And then for the Tigers of Rock Springs, Bider, Newman, Wiley, Butcher, and Schoenfeld. And the Riverton Wolverines coming out in their road jerseys, which are crimson, a little bit of a darker crimson with red, with Riverton in black, and the numbers black with white trim around them. And for Rock Springs, they come out in their white uniforms, the home uniforms, with orange lettering and numbers with black trim around the letters. And we are about ready to get started as they are finishing up introducing the starting lineup for the Tigers. And again, remember last time we played both of these teams, we played them twice, once in January and in February as well. The Riverton Wolverines were able to pull out wins against both, and so we will look for the same result. This is a rare occasion for a team to be able to play the same team 3 times in a season. It's going to be Schoenfeld and Engel to jump it up, and Engel looks me right in the eye as we start off, and we're off and going. Tip up, and Engel with the win, and it will be Parker Paxton with the ball as we just get started. Hand over to Vincent. Vincent looks to drive. He gets cut off, hands over to Lucas Engel, who's out at the three-point line. Gets it to Tanner Johnson. Johnson drives. He gets cut off as well. He gives it back to Lucas Engel. Engel goes down low to Vincent goes down low to Engel. Engel shot up, no good, but he is fouled. Let's see, foul is going to be on number 32, Schoenfeld, and so it will send Lucas Engel to the line. quickly for 2 shots. First one is up, bounces around, and it falls good. And with 7:40 left in the first period, Riverton takes the early 1-0 lead. Ingles' second shot up and also good, 2-0. And already the Wolverines are off to a better start than what they were last night. Tigers with the ball in the hands of Butcher. And then Butcher tried to get it down low to Biter, but it was stolen. Vincent with it. Here comes Tanner, gives it to Tanner Johnson. Johnson looks to drive, stops, shot up, good. Nice shot by Tanner Johnson. He stopped and popped, and now it is 4-0 quickly for the Riverton Wolverines. Newman with it for the Tigers, brings it across the timeline, gives it to Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld gives it to Wiley. Wiley for 3, shot no good. Rebound comes down almost in the hands of Butcher, but Butcher gets it taken away by Engel, and here comes the Wolverines. 3-point shot on the way by Tanner Johnson, no good. Rebound gets tapped out of bounds, and they will say it was last touched by Derek Lang. So it will go to the Tigers with 6:55 left in the first quarter, 4-0 in favor of the Wolverines. Wiley brings the ball across the timeline. He's got Paxton on him. Gives it over to Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld surveys the situation. Hands it over to, that's Newman. Newman gives it around, and the Tigers start moving it. Shot up, no good. Partially contested by Biter on Biter's shot. Rebound comes down to Derek Lang. Lang gives it to Vincent as they cross the timeline. 6:30 left, 4-0 in the first quarter. Lang with it, looks to drive. He gets cut off. He hands it back to Lucas Engel at the 3-point line. Engel for 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Wiley. Wiley brings it across the timeline. He gets it down low to Newman. Newman shot up, hits the bottom of the backboard, and it will be out of bounds, and it will go to Riverton. 6:13 left first quarter, 4-0 in favor of Riverton. Jason Vincent, with the ball, brings it across the timeline. Vincent goes to his right and surveys the situation, looks to drive now. He goes down to the low post, shot up too strong. Rebound comes down to Engel, however. Paxton gets it off the pass by Engel. Engel taps it back out as the shot by Paxton is no good. Ends up in Derek Lang's hand. He looked for Engel. Shot was stolen by Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld shot up, no good, and it's partially blocked. Engel, they're going to say that Engel was last touched it as, let's see here, that was Butcher who threw it off of him. So it will stay with the Tigers with 5:40 left in the first period in a 4-0 ball game. Schoenfeld with it. He's got 2 people on him and shot up, no good. Offensive rebound, however, he loses it as he comes down to the ground. Paxton with it now for the Wolverines. Here comes Paxton. Paxton gives it up to Vincent. Vincent for 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Derek Lang. Lang looks to drive. He's pulling his person down or back up. Blocked shot by Biter, and here comes the Tigers. Biter brings it across the timeline, and he stops and resets the offense. He's got Vincent all over him. Engel gets the turnover as Biter was looking for Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld turns it over. Here comes the Wolverines with Parker Paxton. Paxton shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to Biter. Biter brings it across the timeline as he hands it over to Wiley. Wiley with it now. He's got Paxton on him. Host of substitutions about to come in at the next dead ball for both teams. Butcher with it, gets it to Biter. Biter drive, shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to Lucas Engel. Parker Paxton with it now, brings it across the timeline as we're at 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter, still 4-0. We have been in 4-0 for a long time now. Down low is Engel. He looks to back down Schoenfeld. Couldn't do it, so he gives it up to Vincent. Vincent's going to shoot a shot up and no good. Looked like it was partially contested. Comes down to Wiley. Wiley goes down to Butcher, who gives it back to Wiley, and they go to the top of the key. Over to Newman now, and he's got Tanner Johnson on him. Screen set by Schoenfeld, and a give and go. Schoenfeld knocked 2 people down, shot up and good. Schoenfeld knocked both Engel and Parker Paxton down and gets the wide open shot. Now it's 4-2 with just under 4 minutes left in the first period. Vincent with the ball, looks to drive. He's cut off. He's double teamed. Looks for somebody to give it to. Finally, Tanner Johnson comes over and gives him help. Tanner looks to drive, shot up, good, and they're going to say it was an offensive charge. So they're going to say that was a charge on Tanner Johnson. That is his first, team's second, I believe. Team's first, I'm sorry. And it is 4-2 now in favor of the Wolverines with 3:40 left in the first period. Substitutions as Stauffer comes in for the Tigers along with a few other people. DeVries and Gabrielson are in for the Wolverines. Stauffer with the ball now, looks to try to get it down low, gets it down low to Thomas. Gives it back and shot up, and three-pointer air ball for Stauffer. Rebound comes down to Derek DeVries. DeVries gives it to Engel as we are just under 3:15 left in the first period. Shot up, no good, but he is fouled is Lucas Engel. Foul is on Stauffer. That is his first, team second. It will send Lucas Engel to the line for 2 in a 4-2 ball game with 3:11 left. Shot up, no good as it spins out by Engel. Hauk has come in for the Wolverines as well. Second shot up. That one is also no good by Lucas Engel. So now he is right at 50% with the first two made and then the second two not made. Tigers ball. Schoenfeld with it. He gives and goes. Nice give and go there. And they're going to call a block on Hauk. The shot was up and good by Bider. And Bider gets the basket, and he's going to ask for someone to come in and get him as he went down hard on that right hip. But he will be at the free throw line to take the extra shot. Shot up and good. And so quickly Bider will come out. And let's see here, Newman will come back in. So Rock Springs now has a 5-4 lead with just under 3 minutes left in this first period. Gabrielson with the ball. He'll bring it across the timeline. Give it over to Jason Vincent. Vincent back to Gabrielson. Gabrielson thought about giving it to DeVries, now does. DeVries with it, gets it down low to Hauk. Cross to Gabrielson. Gabrielson thought three, decided against it. He was a double team. Vincent now has it. And cross court to DeVries, almost stolen. DeVries shot up, no good. Ball is on the baseline, does not go out of bounds. It will come out, and it will come in the hands of Newman. Newman for the Tigers, bring it across the timeline. He hands it over to Stauffer. Stauffer down low to Thomas. Thomas shot up good as he beat both Engel and Hauk. It is now 7-4 with 2:10 left, first period. Gabrielson with the ball now, hands it over to DeVries. DeVries to Vincent. Vincent cross-court pass to Gabrielson. Gabrielson thought three again. Nice closeout by the Tigers. DeVries is going to shoot the three. Shot up, no good. Rebound comes to Jason Vincent. Vincent gets it to DeVries before he steps out of bounds. Gabrielson with it, and Gabrielson travels. Substitutions for both teams. Schoenfeld will come out. And let's see here. Bider will come back in, and Tanner Johnson and Parker Paxton will come back in as Hauk and Vincent will take a sit. Stauffer with the ball now as we reach 1:40 left, first period, in a 7-4 ball game in favor of the Tigers. Newman looks to drive. He's cut off. Had to find somebody to give it to. Gives it up to Bider. Bider looks to drive. He's cut off. Gives it up to Thomas. Thomas gets trapped. He has to throw it back out, and he'll give it to Fagel, who then will give it to Newman. Back to Fagel now. Down low pass, and they're going to say there was a foul on Tanner Johnson as they went down to the ground. Tanner has some words and not an agreement, but it will be on Tanner Johnson. That is his second, team's third. It will stay with Rock Springs as we're 1:14 left in the first period, 7-4 ball game. Thomas with it, gives it over to Newman. Newman's got Gabrielson on him at the top of the key. Surveys the situation, ends up in the hands of Fagel. Fagel gives it to Bider, who everybody goes down to the ground and still on the ground, and it goes out of bounds. It will stay with Rock Springs. Four guys went to the ground, and started rustling for the ball and finally goes out of bounds, and it was last touched by the Wolverines. Nice inbounds pass. It's cut off, though. Ends up back in the hands of Stauffer. Stauffer was going to go for a shot, couldn't get Paxton off of him, so he gives it back out to Biter at the top of the key. Biter gives it across to Thomas. Thomas gives it to Newman. Nice little weave there. Three-point shot on the way, up and good by Fagel. So now it is 10-4 in 25 seconds left first quarter. DeVries with the ball. DeVries shot up, good. He had an open lane to the basket, and now it is 10-6 with under 15 seconds left in this first period. Stolen away by Parker Paxton, and now 8 seconds left. Gabrielson with it. 6 seconds left. He's getting trapped. He's got it, the ball stolen. Shot up at the buzzer, no good. Shot was up by Stauffer, and at the end of the first quarter, it is the Rock Springs Tigers with the lead. 10-6. It's win or go home. We will be right back on 93.9 KTAK as well as on WyoToday's YouTube and Facebook page with the second quarter right after this.
Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
In that last 4 minutes of the first quarter, Rock Springs went on a 10-2 run to take the lead, and they sit as we start the second quarter 10-6 in favor of Rock Springs. Looking at some of the points here, let's see here. DeVries, Johnson, and Engel have 2 points, and then let's see, Fagel, Biter has 3, Schoenfeld has 2, and a few others. I'm trying to see who else we have here. A couple others have 2 as well for the Tigers. It'll be Tigers ball as we begin. Schoenfeld with it. He'll give it across court to Biter. Biter looks to drive. He gives it out to Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld shot up, no good. Rebound to Parker Paxton. Paxton looks to press. He comes down, looks to drive. He's fouled. Shot up is good, but they're going to say the foul was on the floor. Foul is on number 11, Biter. That is his first, team's third. They'll say it was on the floor, so no shot. It will be Riverton basketball. Engel with the ball. He's got Schoenfeld on him. He gives the ball to Parker Paxton. Engel looks to set a screen. Parker doesn't use it. Now he does. Goes around. Parker is going to shoot, take the shot. Looked weird as he came out. Engel, though, with the offensive rebound, shot up and good. 10-8 now in favor of Rock Springs with 7.5 left in the first half. Almost a foul there. Ball almost goes out of bounds. It ends up in the hands of Butcher. Butcher gives it up to Wiley. Wiley to Newman. Newman gives it up to Biter, and now the ball starts moving around for Rock Springs. They're trying to get it down to Schoenfeld. They finally do. He gets blocked off. Shot up, no good by Newman. Engel comes up for the rebound. Tanner Johnson now looks to press. He's got 4-on-1, so he backs up. Johnson gives it up to Lucas Engel. Engel looks to drive. He tries to go behind the back. He gets it to Lang. Lang gets it to Vincent, who gets it to Parker Paxton, who's down in the low post. He's trapped. He gets it back out to Vincent, and Parker Paxton comes out to the top of the key to get it back, and they will reset. Paxton looks to drive. Shot up. No good. Engel with the offensive rebound gets it to Vincent. Vincent drives. He gets it to Lang, and Lang had a wide open shot, but it went right through his legs. So it will go to the Tigers with 6:28 left. Rock Springs with a 2-point lead, 10-8. Newman brings the ball across the timeline for the Tigers. He hands it off to Butcher. Butcher gives it to Schoenfeld. Not a really crisp pass, but Schoenfeld's able to get it. Schoenfeld looks to drive. Still doesn't have really control, but he finally gets the shot up and good. And it is now 12-8 in favor of the Tigers with 6:05 left in this first half. Paxton brings it across the timeline. He has it, gives it over to Vincent. Vincent looks to drive. He's going to his left. He's trying to get it down low to Lang, and it's just not there. turnover as Wiley gets it across the timeline. Long pass, shot up and no good by Butcher. Rebound comes down to the Wolverines, and now they're going to look to go quick. And that was a foul, but no call there as Tanner Johnson and Butcher gets tied up, so it will come back the other way for Rock Springs. 5.5 left first half, 12-8. Ball, low post, shot up, no good, and rebound will come to Parker Paxton. That shot was by Wiley. And Tanner Johnson, Parker Paxton was trying to get the ball to Tanner Johnson. Johnson could not get the ball. It will go out of bounds. It was last touched, however, by Rock Springs. And Tanner Johnson's body language, you can see he's frustrated because he's not been able to really get the scoring going. Paxton was trying to get the ball. Newman jumped in front of it, and just like a defensive person from NFL, just tried to intercept it. Goes out of bounds, so we'll go up about 5 feet, and we'll redo the whole thing. Johnson gets it to Parker Paxton. Paxton will bring it across the timeline. 5:15 left, and there is a foul on the floor. Foul is on, it's going to be on, it looks like Butcher. It is. That is his first, team's fourth. And it was away from the ball, so it will stay with Riverton with 5:14 left in the first half. Tanner Johnson gives the ball out to the top of the key to Lucas Engel, gives it back to Tanner Johnson. Johnson drive, shot up and good, and that's what Tanner Johnson needs to do the rest of this game. Just drive. It is now a 2-point game again, 12-10 in favor of the in favor of the Tigers of Rock Springs. Ball in Schoenfeld's hand. He gives it up to Biter. Biter brings it, tries to get it down. He gets it to Schoenfeld. Shot up on rebound goes into the hands of Derek Lang, who gets it to Paxton, who gets it to Engel. Engel shot, pop, no good. No one was really down there, and so a quick shot, so easily a rebound comes down to Biter for the Tigers. 3-point shot on the way, up and good by Fagel. That's his second of the night. He's got 6. It's 15-10 now with 4:24 left in the first half. Paxton gives the ball to Tanner Johnson as he brings it across the timeline. Johnson looks to drive. He's going to stop, pop, shot up, no good. Lucas Engel with the offensive rebound. He's fouled on the floor. Foul was on Biter, I believe it was. And that will be his first, team's 5th. And so we will do this all over again. DeVries will come in, so will Monroe, as Johnson and Lang will have a sit down. Paxton with the ball as we reach 4 minutes left in the first half. Gives it over to DeVries, gives it to Monroe. Monroe looks to drive, he gets cut off, he hands it to Engel. Engel back down low to Monroe. Monroe bullies his way back down and shot up and good. Monroe backed down his defender and took him all the way to the hoop. 15-12 now in favor of the Tigers. 3:50 left first half. Newman gives it to Stauffer. Stauffer across to Fagel. Fagel tries to drive, does not. He gets cut off, so he gives it to Biter. Biter gives it over to Thomas. Thomas is all by himself at the three-point line. Really doesn't look comfortable there. Monroe. So Monroe had the defensive pressure, and then timeout on the floor. It is a 30-second timeout called by the Tigers. So we'll take it with them. 3:30 left in the first half. 15-12 in favor of the Tigers of Rock Springs. We'll be right back on KTAK.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
3:30 left first half, 15-12 in favor of the Tigers. Stauffer will have the ball on the out-of-bounds play as we resume play. He gives it to Biter. Biter will survey the situation at the top of the key. He's got Vincent on him. Surveys the situation still, doesn't have anybody to give it to. Finally gives it up to Fagel. Fagel will have Monroe on him. He gives it over to Newman. Newman will look to drive. And it's almost a turnover by Monroe. Nice hands, but it will come down low post, shot up, and as it comes back out, shot up, no good by Fagel. Rebound comes down to Cade Gabrielson. Gabrielson gives to DeVries. DeVries to Monroe. Monroe looks to drive. He doesn't have anybody to give it to, so he finally gives it up to the top of the key to Vincent. Vincent across to Gabrielson. And Gabrielson will come to the top of the key to restart the offense. Gives it to DeVries. DeVries down to Monroe. Had a hard time corralling it, finally does. Gets it back out to Gabrielson. Gabrielson for three. Good. Cade Gabrielson with a three-point shot, and we are tied now at 2.5 minutes in the first half. And I had a conversation with his dad yesterday, and he said that he talked to Cade about that line, exactly where he needs to be in this game. It is a offensive foul as the Tigers look like a moving screen there by Stauffer, and that is going to be his second, team's sixth. And Shanefield now will come in for the Tigers, as it will be Riverton basketball with 2:20 left in the first half. DeVries gives the ball to Gabrielson, back to DeVries as they cross the timeline. Gives it over to Vincent. Vincent gives it back to DeVries. Nothing really going towards the basket, and as the Tigers are now in like a 3-2 zone. Cross court to Vincent, shot up and misses everything. And now a long cross court pass down the court, and it is stolen away as Wiley had the ball, and then Engel just took it from him. So here comes the Wolverines now. Gabrielson's going to shoot another three. Shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to Wiley as we reach a minute 40 left in the first half in a 15-all ball game. Wiley with the ball, hands it to Newman. Newman goes around the key, brings it to the other side. He gives it up to Thomas, and he got the ball stolen. DeVries with it now for the Wolverines, and he palmed the ball. So it'll be a turnover going the other way for the Tigers. Let's see here. There is Tanner Johnson, Lang, and Paxton coming in for Vincent, DeVries, and Engel. And so a little bit of small ball here for the Wolverines as we reach a minute 15 left in a tied ball game, 15-all. Winner plays tomorrow in the consolation bracket championship game against Star Valley. Shanefield shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to Shanefield. Gets his own rebound. Shot up again, no good. Rebound comes down to shot up, and that one is good. Three-pointer by Wiley, and that is his first points of the night. And that breaks the tie now, 18-15, as we're right at 45 seconds left. Gabrielson with the ball, fought three, decided against it. Now he drives. He got the shot blocked, and it rebound, and the ball comes away to the Tigers as we reach 35 seconds left. Wiley brings the ball across the timeline. He's got Paxton on him. It's 18-15 with 25 seconds left. Willie with the ball. Gives it to Bider. Bider to Thomas. He's got Monroe on him. Size differential there. Cross-court pass goes to Willie with 10 seconds left in the first half. Willie gives it up to Bider. Bider looks to drive. He can't find anybody to give it to. Shot gives it to Shanefield. Shanefield with 1 second left. Shot up, no good. And that will be the end of the first half. At the end of the first half, it is 18-15. In favor of the Rock Springs Tigers. We will take a commercial break. When we come back, we will talk halftime stats, and we will set scenarios. It is win or go home for both of these teams. You win, you play tomorrow, and you lose, and the season is over. We'll be right back on 93.9 KTAK, as well as on WyoToday YouTube and Facebook.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
It may be winter, but some days it kind of feels like spring. Makes you want to go for a drive, kick a few tires, and see all the latest cars and trucks up at Frontline Motors. Frontline Motors has a wide selection of quality used vehicles, from cars to SUVs to trucks, and they're all priced to move. One of them is right for you. Is your next car or truck waiting at Frontline Motors? There's only one way to find out. Drive up Airport Road, take a test drive, and make it yours. Then join the hundreds of other folks who say, I got mine at Frontline. Frontline Motors.
Welcome back inside the Ford Wyoming Center. This is Travis Gupton, Sports Director at WyoToday Media. And at the half, it is Rock Springs with the lead 18-15. And looking at some of the stats here for the first half, some of the leading scorers, Derek DeVries has 2. Cade Gabrielson has 3. Tanner Johnson has 4, and then Lucas Engel also has 4 for the 15 points for Riverton. For the Rock Springs Tigers, they're led by Michael Fagel with 6 points, and Thomas with 2. Let's see here. Brock Biter has 3. Ethan Willie has 3 as well, and Isaac Shanefield also scored in that first half with 4 points. Looking at some of the other stats here, Rock Springs is leading the points and turnovers with 8 points off of turnovers for Rock Springs to only 2 for the Wolverines. And then on the other thing is the 3-point shots. For Rock Springs, they're shooting almost 43%, going 3 for 7 from three-point land, where the Riverton Wolverines only went 1 for 7 for 14% in that first half. So things have to change on that aspect going into the second half. Good news is Riverton outscored Rock Springs 9-8 in that second period. Only 3 baskets for Rock Springs that quarter, and so the defensive side of things for Riverton doing what they do. And it's been really, again, like we had the last 2 times we played them, a defensive struggle in the first half. And again, if history tells us anything, the Wolverines has defeated Rock Springs twice this season. But I think all of us know when it comes to postseason and when it comes to state, you can throw records, you can throw stat books out of the window with all the chips on the table. Other games going on later on this evening on 93.1 KFCW. The guy sitting to my immediate left here with me, Mr. Ernie Over, and Josh Henniger was sitting right beside you, but he's gone now. Will be over in Casper College as Lander Valley Lady Tigers will probably have their biggest test of the season as they take on the number 1 seed Douglas in the semifinals of the 3A Girls Championship. So if the Lady Tigers would win, they would move on to the championship game tomorrow. If they would lose, they will play tomorrow in the third place game, and we'll have times for you. Let's see here. Let me see if I can look over your shoulder, Mr. Ernie, and look at times here. So for the girls, if we're going to try to get a time for you because I want to make sure we give it to you before we go off the air. Okay, so for the girls, let's see here. They would play tomorrow at either 10:30 in the third place game, or should they beat Douglas, they will play at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow in the championship game against the winner of Buffalo and Lyman, who will play later on tonight at the college at 6 p.m. So that's the scenario there. Thermopolis, as far as we know, they are done for the season. They were defeated earlier today. I do not have an updated stat or score from there, but I do know that their season is over. And so congratulations for the Thermopolis Bobcats to make it to state, and an amazing season over there for them. So we are at 3 minutes and 25 seconds left until third quarter action. It's 18-15 in favor of Rock Springs. And so we will take a commercial break. And when we come back, we will have third quarter action. The party has just happened because we got a service dog over here and across the way. So everybody's here. It's everybody's ball game. So we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, third quarter action on KTAK.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Frazier, Dr. Hinkle, Dr. Ballard, and Dr. Davis offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today. In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
During winter storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied by high winds, and blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is brought to you by WyoToday.
Welcome back inside the Ford Wyoming Center. Travis Gupton with you as we are about ready to start the third period. We are one half away from seeing if the Wolverines will have one more game this season or if they will be done for the season. They trail right now 18-15. As we begin, it will be Riverton's basketball as we start. They are going to bring out Parker Paxton, Johnson, Engel, Vincent, and Lang. So the starters are out for both teams as we begin this third period. Tanner Johnson will hand it over to Parker Paxton, and we are off and running in this third quarter. Paxton has Newman on him. Paxton looks to drive. Shot is going to be up, no good. Rebound comes down to Parker Paxton as he gets his own rebound. Hands over to Tanner Johnson. Johnson down to Engel. Engel shot up, good, and one. I had to hesitate on the good because it started spinning. But it finally went down, and now Riverton will look to go to the line and will look to tie this ball game up again with Lucas Engel at the line. Engel takes one dribble, shot, up, good. Tie ball game, 7:44, third period. Willie will have the ball for the Tigers as he brings it across the timeline. He's got Parker Paxton right on top of him. Gives it over to Newman. Newman looks to drive. He gets it down, and Engel goes down, and they're going to say he traveled before the charge. And so the turnover goes to Butcher, and it will be Riverton's basketball. 7.5 left in the third quarter. 18 all. Parker Paxton brings the ball across the timeline. He's going to give it to Vincent. Vincent surveys the situation, gets it down low to Engel. Engel back out to Vincent. Vincent looks to drive now. And they're going to say Vincent double dribbled. So quickly, 2 turnovers on both sides. One by Rock Springs, the other by the Wolverines. And we're still tied at 18 in a set with 7:10 left in this third quarter. Down low as they were looking for Butcher was the Tigers, but Lang was able to get a hand on it, tipped it out of bounds. It will stay with the Tigers with 7:08 left in a tied ball game. Out top of the key now for Bider. Bider gives it up to Butcher. Shot was up, no good. Rebound comes to Parker Paxton. Paxton looks to drive, gets it to Engel. Engel's going to shoot a 3. Yes, sir. Lucas Engel now starting to feel it a little bit. He's got 10 points on the game, and it's now 21-18 in favor of your Riverton Wolverines. Newman with it, gives it to Shanefield. Shanefield looks to go down low. He hands it to Bider. Bider has got Vincent on him. He can't get nowhere behind Vincent. Gives it back out to Butcher. Butcher to Newman now, and Newman will reset the situation as we go into 6.5 in the third quarter. 21-18 in favor of the Wolverines. Newman with it. Surveys that situation. Down at almost the top of the key. Gives it up and ends up in the hands of Willie, who gives it back to Newman. Newman's got Tanner Johnson on him, and now the Tigers start to move the ball around the perimeter. Gives it back to Newman, now in the hands of Newman. And Newman was going to give it to Butcher, and he threw it away. So all that passing leads to a turnover. 6:05 left in the third period, 21-18, and it's Riverton basketball. Paxton brings the ball across the timeline, gives it to Tanner Johnson. Johnson tries to shake his defender, can't do so. Finally now at the top of the key. Tanner gives it, uses a screen to Lang. Lang had an opportunity. He saves it, though, as it goes almost out of bounds, gives it back to Vincent. Vincent back to Lang. And now we will do this all over again. Vincent's going to look to drive. He gets cut off. Nice cut by Lang. Shot up good. Lang had a wide open cut, and he took it, and Vincent found him in stride. Shot up and good. And now a 23-18 ball game with 5:25, and Lang with a turnover. And here comes Tanner Johnson. Johnson, nice Euro step. Shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to... It came down to Tanner Johnson, but they're going to say there was an offensive foul. Foul was on Lang. That's his first, team's first of the second half. And there is a timeout on the floor. It's a full. We'll take it with them. 23-18 in favor of your Riverton Wolverines. They've come out hot in this first few minutes of the second half. 5:18 left. We were going to take this commercial break with them on KTAK.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
5:18 left in the third quarter, 23-18. The Wolverines have come out for on an 8-0 run to start this second half. It will be Rock Springs basketball as we re-begin play. Stauffer will have the ball. Let's see, and he'll give it over to Thomas. Thomas has the ball. He looks to give it to, trying to see who that is. That's Patterson. Patterson, who is now checked in. Shot up, no good. There is a foul, however. Foul is on, they're going to say foul is on Tanner Johnson. That's his third, and he's going to have a sit down for probably the rest of this quarter. Cade Gabrielson will come in for Tanner Johnson. It will stay with the Tigers. And let's see, Patterson with the ball, gives it to Stauffer. Stauffer looks to drive. He gives it over to Thomas. Thomas back at the top of the key, gives it up to Fagel. Fagel almost at the half-court line, gives it back to Patterson. Nothing really going towards the basket as the Tigers are all over. Oh, almost a trip and a travel there by Patterson. He gives it over to Butcher, and again, really nothing going towards the basket. The defense by Riverton is not allowing them to go anywhere near the basket. Ball now in the hands of Stauffer. He gives it over to Patterson. We're at 4.5 left, third quarter, 23-18, and still Butcher gives it over to Stauffer, and the defense still just not letting anything go towards the basket for Riverton. Finally, the ball gets down low in the hands of Fagel, but it will go out of bounds, and it will go towards Riverton's way. Hunter Houck will come in for the Wolverines as Derek Lang will have a sit down. And let's see, Shanefield will come in, as will, let's see, that's Willie coming in for the Tigers. 4:13 left in the third, 23-18 in favor of the Wolverines. Cade Gabrielson brings the ball across the timeline. He gives it to Vincent. Vincent down low to Engel. Engel backs down Shanefield. Shot up, go off the side of the backboard, and here comes the Tigers. Stauffer brings it. Stauffer stopped on a dime, and now he's all kinds of in trouble. He finally gets it out. Ball goes back down low, and Houck saves it. It's up in the hands of Parker Paxton, and here comes the Wolverines. Nice defensive play by Hunter Houck. Vincent with it. Gives it to Cade Gabrielson. Gabrielson for three. No, sir. Rebound goes out of bounds almost as Hunter Houck knocks it out of bounds. And Hunter Houck with two really good defensive possessions for saves to keep the play alive on both ends of the court. 3:30 left, third quarter, 23-18. Willie brings the ball across the timeline, gives it over to Stauffer. Stauffer is wearing an orange headband, so he's the easy one to pick out. Gives it over to Shanefield. Shanefield shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to Lucas Engel. Gives it across court to Vincent. Vincent will look to drive. He has to give it up and gives it to Lucas Engel. Engel will reset the situation, give it back to Vincent. Vincent looks like he's asking for a screen, doesn't get it, so he gives it over to Cade Gabrielson. Gabrielson down low to Vincent, and there is a foul on Shanefield. Shanefield will have a foul here, and that is his team second. Let's see, Rock Springs right now, 7 minutes without a point. And so the defense for Riverton doing what they have done all season, and that is make the third quarter miserable for their opponents when it comes to scoring. Paxton gives the ball to Lucas Engel. Engel for three, he's got it. Lucas Engel now 13 points on the night, and now it is a 26-18 ball game with 2:48 left, third period. Willie with the ball, gives it to Shanefield. Shanefield down low, shot up, three-pointer, up, no good by Willie. Offensive rebound finally, nope, came down to Cade Gabrielson, who then gets it to Parker Paxton. Here comes the Wolverines, they're looking to press. DeVries gives it back to Paxton. Paxton for three, no sir. Rebound comes down to Shanefield with 2:20 left in the third, 26-18 in favor of the Wolverines. Bider will have the ball, and he gets the ball tipped out. It was tipped by the Wolverines, so no problem. Willie goes back and gets it, and he will come back. He looked to He looks to get it to Fagel, who gets it to Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld almost loses it as Cade Gabrielson has active hands. He gets it back out to Biter, who then gives it to Fagel. Fagel is trying to get some. He finally gets it to Schoenfeld, and the ball is starting to go into like a little triangle between Schoenfeld and Thomas and Biter. Biter with it now. Gives it up to not Thomas, that's Willie. Defense now again playing well for the Wolverines. Nothing really going towards the basket. Minute 25 left third quarter, 26-18. Shot up, no good. Offensive rebound as it goes to, or not an offensive rebound, a charge was called on Biter, and it will be, it was on Biter, and so Biter will have the foul. That's his third, team's third of the second half, and so we will have a turnover. It will go to Riverton. Substitutions here as Parker Paxton will come out. Let's see. So DeVries is back in, Lang, Vincent, Engel, and Gabrielson as we reach a minute 15 in a 26-18 ball game. Vincent with it, gives it to Gabrielson. Gabrielson looks to drive. He's trapped, and the ball comes off of they're gonna say it came off of Gabrielson. I had that one, Ernie. I know you're looking at me. Ball hit the table, and so it will go to the Tigers with a minute 08 left and counting in the third quarter. Willie with the ball. He'll give it up to Biter. Biter gives it to Schoenfeld, and another charge as Schoenfeld pushed off. Engel goes down to the ground. Turnover, and Schoenfeld, that is his third, and it will be the team's fourth in the second half. And with 58 seconds left, Riverton basketball, they're going to look to make this a double-digit lead here. Down low to Engel. Gives it to Vincent. Vincent to Gabrielson. Gabrielson to DeVries. DeVries cross to Engel. Not Engel, that is Vincent. Vincent, three-point shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to the Tigers, and with 35 seconds left, the Tigers will look to press. Drive, shot up. Three-pointer blocked partially by Vincent. The shot off of Willie. Rebound comes down to Cade Gabrielson. 20 seconds left. Cade Gabrielson almost walked. It's a good job to hold his pivot foot. Gives it to Vincent, who then gives it back to Gabrielson. They're going to look for the final shot here, and it looks like it is going to be Cade Gabrielson with the ball with 9 seconds left. He gives it to DeVries. DeVries with 5. Gives it to Cade Gabrielson with 3. Vincent now with 1. Shot up. Good! Jason Vincent with everyone on top of him shoots and scores at the buzzer. 29-18 in favor of the Riverton Wolverines. We will take a commercial break. When we come back, fourth quarter action.
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
29-18 in favor of the Riverton Wolverines as we start the fourth quarter. In that quarter, the Riverton Wolverines went 14-0. They held Rock Springs to no points in that entire quarter, and so defense was doing what they have done all season, and that is hold opponents scoreless or to low points in the third quarter. So now it is 29-18. It is going to be Rock Springs basketball. Ball is in the hands of Biter. Biter gives it down low to Thomas, and Lang fouls Thomas. As he looked to drive, Thomas had him beat, and he fouls. And it is 7:50 left in the fourth quarter, 29-18. Ball looks to drive, Thomas looks to drive. Long deep pass goes down to Bider. Bider looks to drive, shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to Newman, but they're going to say it was a foul. Foul was on Jason Vincent. That is his first, team's fourth. It will be Tigers ball with 7:37 left in the fourth quarter. Bider with it, down low to Thomas. Thomas looks to back down his opponent, can't do it. Gives it out to Willie, who gives a three-point shot. No good. Rebound comes down to the Wolverines. Parker Paxton looks to drive. He gives it to Tanner Johnson. Johnson looks to drive, and they're going to say there was a foul. Foul was on number 13. That's Willie. That is his first, team's fifth. And so it was on the floor, so no problem. It will go to the Wolverines. Out to Engel. Engel's going to shoot a long two. Shot, misses everything. Rebound comes down to Shanefield, who gives it up to Bider, and Bider will come across the timeline. He gives it to Thomas, back to Shanefield. Shanefield shot up and good as he just stops and pops. And quickly a timeout by Rock Springs. It's a 9-point ball game. 7:07 left, fourth quarter. We will take it with them on 93.9 KTAK. .07 left in the ball game, 29-20 in favor of the Riverton Wolverines. And I was just handed a note that was the first Rock Springs points in the last 8 minutes and 53 seconds. And so the Riverton Wolverines have been doing their job on the defensive end, and they've really done well in the second half, really all season. That's what they tipped their hat to, and they did it again, have done it so far here as well. But the job's not done. We've still got about 7 minutes left, and it's only a 9-point ball game. So timeout is over, and let's see, Engel, Lang, Johnson, Paxton, and Vincent will come out, as will Willie, Newman, Bider, Thomas, and Shanefield for the Tigers. Tigers are going to look to go for a full court press. They give it to Paxton, and as soon as Paxton gets it, they will take it off the full court press. Gives it over to Jason Vincent. Vincent will give it to Lucas Engel, who's had an amazing night, 13 points on the night. Ball almost gets stolen, ends up in the hands of Vincent. Vincent gives it to Engel. Engel to Tanner Johnson. Johnson uses a screen by Engel. Johnson tried to drive, lost the ball, ends up in the hands of Vincent, and Vincent is fouled. Foul is on Willie. They're going to call a block. That'll be Willie's second, team sixth. So the next foul by Rock Springs will send the Wolverines to the line for the 1-and-1 bonus. Parker Paxton with the ball as we are just at 6.5 minutes left in the ball game. Gives it up to Tanner Johnson. Johnson left all alone, shot up, and spins all around and good. It is 31-20 now, an 11-point game with 6:20 left in this one. Newman with the ball. He's got Tanner Johnson on him. Gets it down to Shanefield. Shanefield looks to drive. He can't do it. Ball gets stolen by Tanner Johnson. Here comes the Riverton Wolverines. Johnson smartly decides to slow up. Gets it to Vincent. Vincent gives it to Engel, and Engel gets blocked by Thomas. Offensive rebound comes down to the Tigers. They come down. It's ball stolen again. Riverton comes down the other way. And now Riverton steals that one back. Here comes the Tigers. Tigers come the other way. Bider with a shot. It's blocked by Parker Paxton. So we just ran a sprint there in the last 30 seconds. 5:45 left in the ball game. 31-20. Winner will play Star Valley tomorrow. Close to a 5-second call. Ball gets inbounded. Bound to the baseline and out and it ends up in the hands of Newman. Newman looks to drive. He gets the ball over to Thomas. Or not Thomas, that was Fagel, I'm sorry. Then over to Willie. Willie gives it to Shanefield. Shanefield goes down low post, doesn't like what he sees, gives it back to Shanefield. Shanefield gets it to Willie. Willie gets it across. Shot up by Fagel. Up, no good. That was a three-pointer. Rebound comes down to Parker Paxton with 5:10 left in the ball game in a 31-20 ball game. Vincent gets it over on the left side. Screen set by Lang. He doesn't take it, and they're going to say there is a timeout on the floor as trying to figure out what happened. They pointed as a timeout. So they're going to say it wasn't, so we're going to reset. It's Riverton basketball with 4:58 left in the ball game. And Parker Paxton brings it across the timeline. He looks to drive. He's got Newman on him. He picked up his dribble, so he gives it to Tanner Johnson. Johnson's going to shoot a long three. Good. Tanner Johnson from way downtown makes it a 14-point ball game, 34-20 with 4:35 left. Willie will have the ball. He gives it up to Fagel. Fagel to Shanefield at the top of the three-point line. He's going to look cross-court. He was trying to get it to Bider. Bider was not ready. It overshot him. Ball goes out of bounds. Tanner Johnson tried to save it. He was unable to do so. It will stay with the Tigers as we reach the 4:20 mark. 4:24 left in the ball game, 34-20. Tanner Johnson and Parker Paxton will come out, and Gabrielson and DeVries are back in. Three-point shot on the way on the out-of-bounds play by Bider was no good. Rebound comes down to Derek DeVries as we reach 4:15 left. Lang with it to Gabrielson. Gabrielson looks to drive. He gets it down to DeVries. DeVries has got everybody on him. He gets it to Vincent. Vincent shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to Vincent. Gets it to Engel. Back to Vincent. Vincent's going to go down low to Gabrielson. Gabrielson gets the ball stolen away by Shanefield. Shanefield brings it across the timeline, gives it to Willie. Willie gets it stolen by Gabrielson. Here comes Lang now as Gabrielson gave the ball to him. Across the timeline, back to Gabrielson. 3:44 left in the game, and it's 34-12, or 34-20. Newman steals the ball away from the Wolverines. Here comes shot up, no good. I think that was a shot by Willie. Willie's going to take a three-point shot. He's fouled, however. And he's going to be fouled on a three-point shot. So Cade Gabrielson with the foul in a really chaotic situation there as well. We've had a couple of those in the last few seconds. It will send Willie to the line. First shot up off the front iron, no good. 3:30 exactly left in the ball game, 34-20 in favor of the Wolverines. Second shot up, no good by Willie. Parker Paxton comes back in for the Wolverines. Let's see, Shanefield is going to have a sit down, and Butcher will come in for him. Tanner Johnson will come in for the Wolverines. He'll replace Derek Lang. Willie has one more shot. He bends the knees, shot up and off the front iron. Offensive rebound, however, ends up back in the hands of Willie. Gives it to Newman. Newman shot up, no good. And they're going to say there was a foul, and that is going to be on Cade Gabrielson as well. That is Gabrielson's second quickly, and that's the team's sixth. Rock Springs only 2 points in the last 11:30. Newman bends the knees, shot up, and no good. So really, the Tigers have had opportunities to make this about a 12-point game or lower from the free throw line, and they've just not been able to do it. Newman bends the knees, second shot up, that one's good. And now it is 34-21 with 3:20 left. Parker Paxton is trapped down in the baseline, and he will call a timeout as he knew he was trapped. And so it will be a timeout on the floor. And going to find out what it is. It is a full timeout. and we'll take it with him. 3:21 left in the ball game. 34-21 in favor of your Riverton Wolverines. We'll be right back.
Minister at New Hope Christian Church in Lander, Wyoming. We want to support the kids of this area academically, athletically, and spiritually. Our address is 630 Mount Hope Drive. Come to Sunday school at 9:30 and our worship service at 10:45.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Wind River Family and Community Healthcare would like to wish everyone a happy, healthy new year. They encourage you all to continue to practice COVID-19 precautions in an effort to keep you and your loved ones safe. They offer a safe and sanitary clinical setting when you stop in for your medical, dental, optometry, and behavioral health needs. Wind River Family and Community Healthcare have clinics in Arapahoe, Ethany, and Riverton for your convenience. More information can be found online at windriver.care.
Parker Paxton with the ball as we return to action. He's going to break the press. He's got numbers. Does the Wolverines shot up? Good by Parker Paxton. He goes coast to coast. 36-21 now with 3 minutes and 5 seconds left in the ball game. Ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with the Tigers. And as I'm looking here, let's see here. Rock Springs has only had 3 points since halftime. 16 points for Riverton, so they're on a 16-3 run. 3-shot, no good by Bider. Rebound comes down to Lucas Engel, and here comes Tanner Johnson now. Johnson's going to look to drive coast to coast. Shot up, good. 38-21 now as Riverton starts to run away with this late in the ball game. 2:45 left. Bider with the ball, blocked by Lucas Engel. Tanner Johnson will have the rebound. Shot up, he's fouled. Lucas Engel told me that he was going to have at least one block in the state tournament, and he promised he would do it. And so he got he made good on his word there. And so Tanner Johnson will go to the line as he was fouled. Did not see who that foul was on. His first shot up and no good. I'm not sure who that foul was on, to be honest with you. But it is 38-21 with 2:36 left in the fourth period. Tanner Johnson's second shot up, no good, too strong. Rebound comes down to Newman. Newman will bring the ball across the timeline, give it to Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld gives it up to, that is to Willie. Willie gives it over to Bider. Bider down low to Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld's got all kinds of commotion around him, so he just turns, shoots, shot, no good. Rebound out of bounds. It was last touched by DeVries of the Wolverines. So tomorrow, should this stay as it is, which Riverton will look to win this, it will be Riverton and Star Valley at noon tomorrow here in the Ford Center in the Consolation Bracket Championship game. And so nice drive there by Schoenfeld, and shot was up and good. We are now at 2 minutes exactly. It is 38-23 in the fourth quarter. It is a 30-second timeout, so we'll take a quick one. When we come back, we will finish this one up. 2 minutes left exactly.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Welcome back inside the Ford Wyoming Center. 2 minutes left exactly in the ball game. 38-23 in favor of the Riverton Wolverines. And looking here, let's see, Tanner Johnson in the first half had 4 points. He's now got 11. Lucas Engel leads all scorers with 13. The ball gets sat down, and a turnover almost goes back in the hands of Gabrielson. And there was a lot going on there. The ball got sat down, and Tanner Johnson ran to get the ball in. He did. He got it turned over, and then it almost got thrown away, and it did get thrown away. And then a turnover goes back the other way for Riverton. Cade Gabrielson gets it. And then a foul on the floor, and it will send Cade Gabrielson to the line for the 1-and-1. Cade's first one up, no good. That's only a 1-and-1, so rebound comes down to Tanner Johnson. Rock Springs, I don't think, knew that was the 1-and-1. Tanner Johnson gives the ball back, and he's fouled. Foul is going to be on Butcher. That's going to be his third, and that is the team's 9th. Johnson will go to the line, and it'll be another 1-and-1. Shot up, and that one's no good. Rebound comes down to Bider. Bider will bring it across the timeline with 1:43 left in the ball game. Shot up, no good. Offensive rebound comes down. Shot is up and good by Butcher, and now it's 38-25 with 1:38 left in the ball game, and it is going to be foul on number 12. That's going to be on Parker Paxton. That's his second, I think. Shot up and good from the free throw line for Butcher. Now 38-26 with 1:38. Parker Paxton gives the ball to Gabrielson. Gabrielson brings it almost across the timeline. He's trapped. He gets it to Parker Paxton. Paxton is going to now be fouled. So they're going to play the foul game here with 1:30 left, and it's going to send Parker Paxton, one of the better free throw shooters for the Riverton Wolverines, to the line. And now I know what everybody is saying. As soon as I say that, he's going to miss. So I'm sorry, Parker, in ahead of time if it happens. Called it. There it is. All right, so I'm not saying anything, and I got to now get Parker over here because I got to apologize to him again. So he will have one more as they're in the double bonus. Second one on the way. That one's good. See, I didn't say anything, so he makes it. 39-26 left in the ball game. 39-26, Riverton lead with 1:20 left. Three-point shot up and no good. Awkward shot there by Willie. Rebound comes down to Parker Paxton, and he'll be fouled. And Ernie, I'm looking at you dead in the face. I'm not saying anything about this shot. He'll have two shots as we are at 1:18 left, 39-26. Paxton will go back to the free throw line, and it'll be in the double bonus. He takes one dribble. Shot is up and good. Makes it 40-26 now. With 1:18 left, Parker Paxton will have one more. Bends the knee, shot up and good. 41-26, 1:18. Willie will bring the ball across the timeline for the Tigers. Over to Newman. Newman goes into a sort of a weave. Newman's going to take a shot. Up, no good. Rebound comes down to Cade Gabrielson. Gabrielson is going to be fouled. Foul is going to be on Butcher, I believe, with 1:02 left. And so it'll send Cade Gabrielson to the line for two in a 41-26 ball game. Foul was on Butcher. That's his fourth, team's 10th. Gabrielson will take two dribbles. Shot up, good. Substitutions for the Tigers as a round of a big ovation behind us for the Tigers. What a season they've had. Schoenfeld hugs his coach, goes down the line and hugs everyone as he sits down. Gabrielson's second shot is up and good. And there is a timeout on the floor, and the JV squad is going to come in for the final minute for the Riverton Wolverines. Big time win for the Wolverines. They will play tomorrow at noon as they take on Star Valley. It's going to be a rematch of regular season, and we've seen them twice already. So it is going to be a really fun match, really, because last time Star Valley and Riverton played, it was probably the most awkward final score I've ever seen. It was so low scoring. It was such a defensive battle, and I'm looking forward to it. Riverton is on a 28-8 run in the second half. They've really just taken over, and again, a really solid win after a really flat loss against Sheridan last night. So it's got to feel good to have a win and the season to continue to finish it off here. Ball turned over, and that is Motizzi. Shot is going to be up and blocked, but it's going to be fouled as Hunter Houck will go to the free throw line. Foul is on, that's on Butcher. That is his 5th, so he will foul out. And it will send, let's see here, that is Patterson. Nope, sorry, that's Stauffer, and trying to see who that is. I can't see from where I'm sitting. Free throw up and good by Hunter Houck. Makes it 44-26 with 45.7 left in the ball game. And Houck will have one more. Second one on the way, no good. Rebound comes down to Widener. Widener gives it down, tries to get it down to Patterson, and there's a foul there on the pass. Foul is going to be on number 13. That's on Ace Sage. That's his first. It will send Patterson to the line for 1-1. Patterson will take a one dribble. Shot is up, and that one's good. 44-27 now, 41 seconds left in the ball game. Remember, at 4:30 this evening over on 93.1 KFCW, it'll be the Lander Valley Lady Tigers taking on Douglas. Patterson's second shot up and good. And timeout on the floor by Rock Springs. It's a full, so we're going to take it with them. When we come back, we're going to finish this one up. 41 seconds left, 44-28 in favor of Riverton.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WyoToday app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WyoToday app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit WyoToday.com to download the WyoToday app now.
41 seconds left, 44-28. Riverton will move on to play Star Valley in the Consolation Championship game tomorrow at noon here in the Ford Center. And it is going to be really, and I feel like it's not the way, obviously, that Coach Bosheets wanted this to play out, but he's got to be proud of his team to rebound the way they did after the game they had against Sheridan. So that is going to be a big-time matchup between Star Valley and Riverton tomorrow. Houck will have the ball out of bounds. He gets it into, trying to see who that is. That is to Ty Sheets. Sheets will get fouled, and they will bring the ball. They will come down the line, and Ty Sheets will have two shots with 39.5 left in the ball game. 44-28. Ty Sheets takes two dribbles, bends the knees, shot up, no good. Sheets will have one more. One dribble. Shot is up. That one just flat. Rebound comes down to Stauffer, and we were running at 35 seconds. Nice down low pass from Stauffer. Gets shot up, no good. Rebound is going to come all the way, and Stauffer almost came crashing into both Rock Springs and myself. And nice. I think he could have jumped us. I really do, but it will go to Riverton. 25 seconds left. Sage will have the ball. Sage is fouled. Ace Sage is going to be fouled by Anderson. Sage will have two shots, and Sage takes two dribbles, spins the ball in his hands. Shot is up. Shot is off. Sage is a senior, and so he will get. He will be moving on after this. Lane violation. Okay, so they called a lane violation, and it will be a turnover. Riverton Rock Springs basketball with 20 seconds left. Stauffer will bring the ball across the timeline, give it to Patterson. 18 seconds left. Three-point shot by Stauffer is up. Rebound, offensive rebound shot up and good by Anderson with 10 seconds left. 44-30 with 8 seconds left. It will be Ace Sage with the ball, brings it across the timeline. He's going to look to score, and no shot. There is 0.7 seconds left as the ball goes out of bounds. And Rock Springs will inbound the ball, and that'll do it. 29-12 run in the second half for the Riverton Wolverines. They win it by 14, 44-30. When we come back, we will talk post-game stats, and we will try to get Coach Bo Sheets and our player of the game, Lucas Engel, to come over and have a word with us. We will be right back on KTAK.
When you purchase your car, do you know if you got the best payment possible? The answer is probably no. Oftentimes, your loan is packed with additional charges that can drive your monthly payment higher than it should be, costing you thousands of dollars more for your car. Hi, this is Patty, and here is your second chance to get the payment you deserve. Visit Atlantic City Federal Credit Union today for a courtesy loan review. We've helped our members save money by refinancing their vehicle with us. Now it's your turn. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
Hello, I'm Janice K. Bradley, and I'm here to tell you the miracle that Fremont Therapy did in making it possible for my left hand to ever work again. I went to the orthopedic surgeon with this broken hand, and that's when he told me that it would not bend again. So I was really discouraged. Mitch is the hand specialist, and so he's the one that worked and got me where I could bend my hand. The atmosphere is so friendly and professional, which is a combination you don't always get.
For more information, visit FremontTherapyGroup.com.
Hi, this is Tyler Watson, your local State Farm agent. I'm a proud sponsor of Wolverine Athletics and all of our student athletes here in Fremont County. Youth sports are a great way to build future skills that help our kids succeed in life. Teamwork, leadership, time management, and how to perform under pressure can all be learned on the field and in the gym. Good luck to each and every one of the student athletes. Go Big Red!
Tyler Watson State Farm, 618 East Washington Avenue in Riverton. Call 856-4118 or visit insuringriverton.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back inside the Ford Wyoming Center. Travis Gupton with you with our player of the game, Lucas Engel. And Lucas, man, me and you talked, I think, 2 months ago, and I know it's a long time ago, but you said that in state tournament you was going to give me a block. And my friend, you got one. So first off, big ups to that. Number two, man, it's got to feel good to come back after that game against Sheridan and get a win against Rock Springs.
Yeah, it definitely feels good. You know, last night we kind of dropped the ball. You know, we didn't come out prepared. We didn't come out for, you know, what they could bring to us. But last night we just said, hey, it's behind us. We go out, we control what we can control. And in the first half we didn't do that, but in the second half we definitely did.
You held them to no points in the third quarter, and again, defense has been really what you've tipped your hat on since really the Star Valley game early on in the season. How big was it to get back to what brought this team to the dance defense, especially in that second half?
It felt great, you know, just playing together. Like I said last night, we really didn't play together. We didn't talk like we usually do. We didn't do a lot of things like we usually didn't do, but this game we did what we needed to do.
So tomorrow you get to have Star Valley, a team that we know really, really well, in the Consolation Championship game. This is the third time you'll see Star Valley. What is going to be the key to get the win?
Play like we did in the regional championship. You know, we got to come out, play like we did in the second half of this game here. We got to play fierce. We got to take it at them. We just got to do what we do.
Last question for you. So, you know, with you being a senior and everything, how big is it to be able to play in the Ford Center?
This is the first time that any of us on our team have played in the event center, so it's awesome. The backboards kind of, you know, screw you up a little bit. You can see all the way to the very back wall, and that kind of messes you up a little bit, but it's fun. It's great.
Well, good to see you, and we will get to call one more game. We're not done yet, my friend. We're going to see you tomorrow against Star Valley, and my friend, it's good to see you.
So good to see you.
All right, Lucas Engel, the player of the game here for the Riverton Wolverines, and again, final score was 44-30 for Rock Springs. We're going to have Coach Bo Sheets come in, have a sit down with us, and Coach, as we sit down and we get to settle in here, that looked a lot better than what we saw last night.
Yeah, I did. You know, the boys is a little slow in the first half, but they did a good job coming out the second half. Kind of got back to our roots a little bit with playing some defense, getting some stops, and luckily we got some points too. The boys did a good job in the second half.
Yeah, they outscored they outscored Rock Springs. I think it was 28-12 in that entire second half.
Yep.
And held Rock Springs to no points in the third quarter. Like
Yeah.
you said, going back to what brought you to the dance, and that's the defensive side of things. How good was it to be able to see them pull off that defensive performance in that third quarter?
Well, and we knew it. You know, these games are about the teams that really kind of want it because everybody's vying for a state championship first round, and when you get upset or don't win, you know, you're a little disappointed, and you know, you got to kind of it's some good life lessons. You know, things don't always go the way you want them to go, so you have to kind of take a deep breath, realize that it was disappointing not to win, and then, okay, what do we do next? And so the boys did a good job with that.
Last night, me and you talked, and you said that it is going to speak to the character of this team after a defeat like they had against Sheridan, come out and really have the performance they did. How true is that now after this game?
No, it's very true, you know, because, again, Rock Springs is much improved, and every time we've played them, they've given us some fits with different things. And so to come out that third quarter was huge for us to kind of hold them scoreless, you know, have one of our best quarters. And then just played really well that second half. Proud of the boys.
Last question for you, Coach. Tomorrow you get Star Valley, and I feel like we've seen Star Valley like a ton in the last few months.
Yep.
This is, I believe, is the fourth time we'll get to see Star Valley, third or fourth time. How big is it to get the win against Star Valley tomorrow and to end the season on a note that we all know coming into state we kind of felt like was going to be what it needed to be in a win?
Yep. Bonus basketball at this point, you know, to be able to win today and to get to have that chance to walk off the court with a win is huge for our boys. And so, you know, it's been us and Rock Springs on our side of the state, us and Star Valley the last couple of years, you know, battling for these championships at regionals and then getting to see each other at state. And so it's kind of fitting. You don't always like to play good teams, and they're one of those good teams that you don't like to play, but, you know, it's a fun rivalry for us.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. I
All right,
appreciate
thank
your
you.
time. That was Coach Bo Sheets with us. And so, again, final score 44-30 in favor of the Wolverines. We'll come back, and when we do, we will wrap things up here at the Ford Wyoming Center. We'll be right back.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at Du Bois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Travis Gupton with you back as we wrap up the matchup between the Riverton Wolverines and Rock Springs Tigers. Again, final score 44-30. And looking at some of the final stats, Tanner Johnson really bounced back in the second half. He had 11 points. Lucas Engel had 13 points. And then let's see here. Derek DeVries had 5. Jason Vincent had 3. Parker Paxton had 5. Derek Lang had 2. Hunter Houck had 1. Monroe had 2. And then, of course, Lucas Engel, our player of the game, had 13. And so that'll do it for us here in the Ford Wyoming Center. Tomorrow, again, Star Valley will play Riverton in the Consolation Bracket Championship match. That tip-off is at noon. And so we will be right here for that and hopefully end the season on a winning note. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of exciting basketball. We've seen Star Valley, I think, 4 times. I know we played them in the regional tournament for the championship. That was a fun matchup. And we played them twice already in the regular season. So be sure to if you're around the Riverton area, come on down to the Ford Wyoming Center. There's plenty of seats. Trust me, I'm looking around. There are enough. We'd love to see you here. And if you're not able to be here, we'll be here on KTAK as well as on WyoToday's YouTube and Facebook page. And it's been a lot of pleasure. It's been a lot of fun and a pleasure to be able to bring the state championship tournament to you guys. And so for us here at WyoToday, we are going to say so long. Come on over to 93.1 KFCW for the Lander Valley Lady Tigers at 4:30 as they take on the number 1 seed Douglas. And that'll be a fun matchup. Douglas is a powerhouse for sure. So we'll say so long, and we will see you tomorrow at noon for Star Valley and Riverton.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help in Lander and Riverton.
Is your resolution this year to be healthier? You may have made a commitment to improve your physical health, but don't forget about your financial health. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union is listed as one of the healthiest credit unions in the U.S., and we are the healthiest credit union in Wyoming, according to depositaccounts.com. Don't risk having your accounts anywhere